Okay, we're going to do, again, a lot of, we're talking slope, slope-intercept, point slope. These are things you've seen and done. Remembering them, that's our job today. I had you grab the graphing calculators. We're going to practice a little bit with the graphing calculators, but there will not be, there's a learning curve with the graphing calculators. Last year, the learning curve was with Sophos. This year, the learning curve is with the graphing calculators. The basic calculations you can do on the calculators right now. There's no learning curve there. Okay, they are very much like the scientific calculators. But we're going to do our first little bit of graphing today. And with that in mind, what I'm going to tell you is that there's a learning curve. Now, with that in mind, you won't have to do any graphing on the calculator on the quiz. Okay, we're not at that point. But I've got to start introducing it. Okay? So, okay, P.4, lines in the plane. First thing, slope. How do we find slope of a line? They show the option of given two ordered pairs, x1, x2, and x2, y2. You could do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or that change in y over change in x. That triangle is delta, and it means change. You may have heard delta or the change in chemistry or science somewhere along the line. Okay. What's the other phrase for slope? There we go. I was like, someone's going to say it. Okay. That's more for when we're graphing, and we're not really graphing anything by hand today, but that's more the idea there. Okay. So, example 1. How do we find these slopes? What are we going to do, Brody?
You take -2 minus 2.
Okay.
And then you take on the bottom 4 minus 1 because it's a double negative.
Okay. You guys okay with his setup? He did y minus y over x minus x. Now, could we reverse that order and have done 2 minus -2 and -1 minus 4? Yeah, it doesn't matter which order pair you start with. Just be consistent. Whatever you do on top, you do on bottom. What do we end up with here?
-4 on top.
So we have a slope of -4/5.
Yeah.
Now, you will notice I used m out front. M is your typical algebraic abbreviation for slope. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's old news. B. What are we doing in B? Same thing. What are you putting on top? 4 minus 1, so then on bottom.
3 minus 1.
And we're going to get 3 over 2. Okay?
Good job.
Got the basics. Be careful. I didn't label them, but you guys remember an ordered pair is XY, right? So, okay, we got slope, yes? Little section here. Forms of equations of lines. Most of these are going to be familiar. How much you remember about them is a different story. Okay, standard form. You've been introduced to standard form. Okay, we haven't done as much with it, but you've seen it. AX plus BY equals C, where A, B, and C are just officially whole numbers. Okay? You got your X and Y on the left. Slope-intercept form. That's the old news, right? Y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your, did you say what kind of intercept?
Y.
Y-intercept. I just couldn't hear you. So, point slope form. You've been introduced to this one. It's probably the one we've done the least with, but I'm going to encourage you to learn to use it because it is a really helpful tool. Okay, and we're going to see it today. But the point slope form, you see the slope m, and it's based with the point x1, y1. So x and y are your variables, x1, y1 is a point, m is your slope. And then just generally speaking, any vertical line is always x equals a number. So x equals a represents a number. Any horizontal line is always y equals a number. So thus y equals b. Okay? Okay, use the point slope form. Notice what it said? Point slope form to find an equation of the line that passes through the point, -3, -4, and has slope 2. So first of all, I'm going to copy down. Point slope form is what they told me to use, yes?
Yeah.
Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, what did they give me I can fill in?
An X and a Y.
Okay, they gave me an x and a y. This x and the y they gave me are my x1 and my y1. The ordered pair always goes in for the x1, y1. And the slope is going to go in for m. Okay? Well, let's write the equation out. Regular y stays y. Y minus y1, which is -4, equals m, which is
2.
slope of 2, parentheses, x minus x1, which is
-3.
-3, in parentheses. The only thing I'm going to do, because they asked me to use point slope form, is I'm going to do very basic cleanup. What do we know about minus a negative?
It's positive.
It's positive. So I'm going to write my final answer as y plus 4 equals 2 times x plus 3.
Oh, that's it.
That's it? Okay. Now, one of the ways you can use point slope form sometimes is to convert something to slope intercept form. And we'll talk about that at another point in time. But that's, that's point slope form right there. The nice part about point slope form is if I can recognize it's in point slope form, looking at my answer, oh, hey, I know my slope is 2. Oh, hey, I know an ordered pair is opposite signs of the 3 and the 4. Because just like the other day on something we did, because I think it was Michaela that asked, oh, it was on the circle, standard form of the circle. It's y minus y and x minus the x1. So it's going to be the opposite signs of those numbers. Okay? We good with example 2?
Yes.
Okay, let's do example 3. Example 3 is write an equation of the line with a slope of 3 that passes through the point -1, 6 using slope-intercept form. Okay? So, what's slope-intercept form?
Y equals mx plus b.
What are we given?
You were given a slope and an X and a Y.
Okay? We're given a slope, so we know our slope is 3, and we're given an X and a Y. Okay? When we write slope interform, what do we have to be able to fill in? We have to be able to fill in the M, which we already know. What else do we have to know? The B. Do we know the B? How do we find the B? Okay. You're going to plug in your slope and your XY ordered pair, and then you're going to be able to solve for B. Does this sound familiar?
Yeah.
So I'm going to write it as 6 equals 3 times -1 plus B. Make effort to make your 6's and B's look different. Just saying, for your own benefit. Okay? I have my way I make my 6's and B's different. I don't know what you do, but. Okay, so 6 equals 3 times -1 is -3 plus B. What do we do to solve for B? Add 3 over, and B is 9. I just wrote the wrong thing. There we go. Oh my goodness.
Why at 3? Having a rough day, you know, rough morning.
There we go.
Sorry, it's early in the morning.
Now, am I done? Is that my final answer?
No.
Nope.
No. Okay. B is 9. What else did we know?
Oh, M.
M is 3. It asks us to write an equation using slope-intercept form. What's my slope-intercept form?
Y equals 3x plus 9.
My mistakes are rubbing off. Okay. I haven't taught anything new yet today, have I? Point slope form may seem new, but I know we used it a little bit in algebra last year, so.
I don't know.
Okay. So, now, the suggestion here is to draw a graph of 2x plus 3y equals 6 using a graphing calculator. In all honesty, this one is not bad to graph by hand. Okay, at all. But we also need to learn the basics about how to use the graphing calculator, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's what we're going to look at right here. Now, when I get over my graphing calculator, I see it as kind of a downfall in a way. The one downfall, in order to graph something in the calculator, it has to be in the form y equals. It doesn't have to be a nice, neat form y equals, but it has to be in the form y equals. So just kind of an FYI there. So can I graph this in the form it's in on the graphing calculator?
No.
No, I'm going to have to solve it for y. I don't have another option because that's how the calculators work. So to solve this for y, I'm going to move my 2x over. 3y equals, you could write 6 minus 2x, or you could write negative 2x plus 6, either way. It doesn't really matter because I'm not graphing by hand. You just have to be able to type it in your calculator and then divide by 3. Now, y equals, in reality, could you enter it in the calculator as one fraction like that? You can. Okay, you don't have to have the simplest, prettiest form to enter in the calculator. Now, out of habit, what did you guys probably say? Negative 2/3 x plus 2, right? Which, hello, at this point, it's so easy to just graph by slope-intercept. But this is my teaching moment of let's start working with the graphing calculators. And of course, I'm minus a student. Dang it. Oh, well. Okay, so grab your calculators. Can you turn them on?
X on the letter.
It does say.
You put the Y button.
Oh,
Okay. On is your bottom left button, yes?
yes.
Okay. So, in order to graph something, I didn't totally, like, when I hit the reset buttons on the back of the calculators, it doesn't totally reset everything like I wish it would. So, you'll have to adjust, we'll have to make adjustments as we go. In order to graph something, we need to go to this y equals button. And you're going to push y equals. Okay. If yours looks like mine, you're in a wrong setting. I'm going to go, is it just me that has all the R's? Can you guys even see that? Why is it being difficult?
Yeah, ours have Y.
You should have Y's.
Okay, I got Y's.
Then good.
What about you, Bush?
I got Y's.
That's a setting. Yours should look like that. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. That's better.
It's being difficult this year is what I discovered the other day in calc. Okay. Does everyone have this screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it's just a bunch of Y's. We need to type, so the Y equals is there. We need to type the negative 2/3 x plus 2. So right off the bat, you have to learn where the negative is, how to do a fraction. Now, everyone hear me loud and clear. A negative is not a minus sign. Yes, a negative is not a minus sign. I know we treat them a lot alike, yes?
Yeah.
But on this calculator, you use the minus sign when we need a negative, it's going to give you an error and not graph it. Just giving you an FYI. Okay? So, did you guys find the negative? Very bottom row of your calculator, yes?
Yes.
This. All the way down there. There's your negative. And the negative is a little shorter than the minus sign. Now, we need a fraction, yes? One way to do a fraction, and don't do this, but one way to do is to do 2 divided by 3. That comes with some complications, though. Because then we have to put parentheses around it before we can put the x, and no. So I'm going to I can delete each of those by using the delete button. I'm going to use a fraction. Now, if we all have newish calculators, the easiest way to get a fraction, do you guys see that?
Oh, that's a fraction button.
Yeah. So do alpha and that, which is the whole reason I switched off of my calculator. My calculator is just old enough that it doesn't have that option. So it's going to come down to Brody, Louise, and Michaela. Do your calculators have that option?
Yeah.
Okay, then I won't even show because I have to do a different way to do a fraction on my calculator. So it's just a little bit older working system. The newer ones have Python and it changes things. So
Yeah.
Now, can you guys put the 2 in? You can use the arrow buttons. You see that circle of arrows? You can use the arrow buttons to move around. And you want to get that entered. And you want to be just off to the right of the 2/3. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, now we need a variable, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Are you, pause and listen. Do not use the green X. No, do not use the green X. While it will work, it will cause problems on certain things.
I found that.
Okay, so next to the, you know the button we just pushed to get a fraction? This says xt theta n.
Yeah.
You push that and that will be an X. Because of the setting we're in, it will automatically be an X. That's where I always want you to get your variable. So now I have negative 2/3 X and I need +2. Does everyone have it typed like that?
Or do we use a
Okay, so now, once you have your y equals, technically, you hit graph. Not everyone's graphs are going to look the same because of settings, but the button to the right, this will take you to your graph screen. Whatever's entered in this y equals screen will come up in the graph screen. Okay, my graph is off center. I need to go and fix my settings.
Oh, mine's straight.
Mine's the same as yours.
Okay,
Mine's straight.
your line is straight.
Say that.
Did you put an X in?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I just deleted my. Oh, it's right here.
And use that.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you.
Is your graph straight too, Brady?
I'm getting an error. And I put in everything right.
Okay, so Luis,
Right.
what I just did is I went down to the next one and I typed mine, and mine works. I don't know what you. I can't figure out what.
I'll probably try it again. I'm a special. Free.
Let's turn off. I'm gonna turn off these plots because that's gonna cause you problems.
Yeah, Brady, come on.
And I can just, they were highlighted, they were on. And let's get rid of this extra stuff too because it's going to.
Damage sergeant. I typed something wrong, I think.
Did it work now?
Yeah, it shows 2 graphs.
Okay, now you're where I need you to be. Yes, it looks different, but it graphed. Do we have a graph going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Brady.
Now, okay, guys, not all of our graphs look the same because some of our settings are different. What I'm going to say here is, do you see window right here? No, zoom.
Yeah.
The zoom button is a friendly button. If you hit zoom, it gives you some options. I just want a standard 10 by 10 screen. Number 6, Z standard, is a standard 10 by 10 screen. So you can either arrow down to Z standard and hit enter, or you can just hit 6 and it'll automatically do it right now. So you can arrow down, hit enter, and it'll regraph it, and then all of our graphs should look the same if we've all typed the same thing. And I always like to start on that, like sometimes we have to zoom out, zoom in, and we'll have to talk about that. But that will always take me back to the original zoom. Okay, the original screen. We get out at 14 after. Yeah, see, I'm not where I need to be. Okay. To graph this, here's what I would do. Okay. First of all, you need a couple of points. Do you see the trace button?
Yeah.
Okay. You push trace. First of all, notice it pops up at 0, 2. Could we use 0, 2 as a point on our graph?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you trace, just arrow left or right. So if I arrow to the right, can I figure out what my x-intercept is?
Yeah.
Or you can kind of tell by looking already, yes? Okay, it's not going to necessarily pop up exact with what we're doing, but you can see it's around 3. So you're going to need more information than this, but in order to graph on homework, when we're just practicing here, just, kind of find your x and y intercepts and make it go through those points. Okay, I'm not looking for anything fancy. Now, the problem you run into in homework is they give you graphs with big numbers. Okay? And that's where I'm running out of time, but you can use these zoom options in that zoom menu. Zoom standard will always take you back to the original zoom screen. Okay? Now, a couple of options. Oh, I haven't checked to see if it's in the App Store yet, or this year. On the iPad, you can download a version of this calculator.
Thought we couldn't have it.
Well, it should, but if it's already, if I put it there, which it was there last year, I don't know if it is there this year or not. On phones, which one is it? I'm an Android user. I'm an oddball. I know. This Calc 84 works pretty well, and there's one that's Wabbit something. I forget what it is. But if you search for TI-84 plus apps, you can get an app on your phone that looks just like mine. Okay. Now, with that in mind, I didn't get all the way through the notes. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll have to sit and reevaluate.
So homework or no?
You can do up through 26.
Could you show us the homework?
I'm gonna take a picture of
Oh, did I even write it in? I didn't even write it in.
So I can see it from you right there.
Sorry. It's 3 through 6. 11 through 14. I'm trying to remember what else it is, because, here, I have it right here. 21 through 30. 42, 44, and 45. I think you can do up through 36, and that's on page 36. Or up through 26.
26, page 26.
And it's
Okay.
not like,
And it's not due tomorrow. We'll work on it more.
It's not like evens or odds, it's just all of them.
No.
The ones that are listed.
Yeah, but notice they're smaller sections.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get this loaded another page like I needed to.
And you said we can go through.
26, I think. We'll talk more tomorrow. It's obviously not going to be due tomorrow. Don't try and do it all.
I would be the one to do that.
You'll be mad at yourself. And you can't be mad at me because I just told you not to.
Don't worry, I won't.